wanna know? Oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champion's corner time. Oh, oh, WWE, and then we break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat. All the action on the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
And just like that, we are back in the Champions Corner. I know you love to be here. We love to be here. Talk about our favorite thing, our peaceful place. This is what we do. Talking about that wrestling.
Yes,
we got
sir.
Raw. We got NXT. We got Dynamite AEW going on in this show. And I got some of my brothers right here. We got the professor of wrestling, Mr. BJ. How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How are we living this day? Beautiful day.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And you know we got the Alabama ambassador himself, Mr. 256 in the building, Mr. Jacoby Boykins. How you doing, my brother?
Tell him. Hey, man.
Hey, doing, my brother?
Tell him. Hey, man. Hey, we in the building. You know how we do.
You know what it is.
We in the building. Hey, I'm excited, man. Enjoyed the last show. Let's get this thing popping.
Oh, I'm going to start it off strong because I only got one word for y'all. We in the building. My boy, he did his thing. He finally had his moment right there. Mr. Jey Uso got the Intercontinental Championship from Braun Breaker. We had a lot of close to time. All right. We go for here. We all in. But yeah.
All right.
What a hard hitting match between Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. And the crowd was so into every moment. And when the ref didn't make a right call, the crowd saying, "Ref, you stuck." That's how much deal was on. And why he had to bid for Jey Uso to get this victory. And one of the pinfalls that Jey Uso had on the first splash, WWE put on the 2.9999 seconds. How did they get that 2.99? They put it at the exact second on him. Like that second splash, the spirit through the barricade came through the second time. So that's and what Jey Uso said after he won, like, children, don't give up. You gotta say your prayers. Listen to your teachers. Listen to your parents. You follow through. Hard work pays off. He had a speech on him. He almost did the whole Hogan. He survived him and say your prayers. He almost did all of that. So he had it in the bag, though. He went into the crowd. Yeah, he went straight to the crowd against sharing with the people. And I wish I was in that. I would have been too high. I'm probably like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But tell me what y'all think. Jacoby, what's going on? How you feeling about Yeet Man?
Let's just call it what it is. He was feeling Uzi.
Hey.
He was feeling Uzi. I was genuinely surprised that they did it. I love being surprised due to my tenure. I love being surprised. That was a real good surprise. Shout out to BJ for calling that one because I didn't see it that way. But that's why I love having different opinions. He called it. Shout out to you on that one. Hey, put one on the tally for BJ for that one.
Awesome.
But the match was outstanding. They can say he a one-trick pony and whatever they want to say about him. But that boy got the crowd in the palm of his hand, bro. And he went out there and him and Braun. And shout out to Braun, man. I think I know why they took the title. I think they finna turn him babyface.
I can see that.
Right, especially with him always talking about the dogs barking in every city. That's a babyface move.
Hey,
That's a babyface move.
Oh, one second, bro. I was like, when they got new people doing the music. They squeeze in some DMX up in there. Where my
Oh,
dog at? Right here, dog.
get at me, dog. Oh, I love it. Just get at
Come
me,
on.
dog. Oh, I
They
can't
could
say it.
But
Can't say the
I
line.
loved it, man. Overall, I'm
Very good.
I'm all the way up for that decision, all the way up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
There he
put
is.
that on. I just want to keep that in there. But go ahead, BG. What you think about Jey Uso?
Oh, dude, I loved it. It was about time. 'Cause, I mean, the concept here is that he's main event Jey Uso, and I would hate for the fact of Jey Uso having all these opportunities. Throughout the course of the show, I found it interesting how commentary has spoken a few times about how Jey Uso had like 6 opportunities, or this was number 6 in the opportunity of him getting the Intercontinental title. And it's just, you felt like he had to get this moment because if it wasn't going to happen, then win, especially for him to be, he's the people's champion, right? This guy always comes out through the crowd. If there's ever a people's champion throughout the eras of wrestling, Jey Uso is currently in that mode at this moment. High time that he finally got that win. It felt like a big win. I love the fact that it happened on Raw because it gives you that surprise factor of like tuning in every week. Because sometimes it could just be a chore and it feel like a task. And having that surprise, you be like, oh wow, look at this. Most title matches you figure don't happen with a title change because it is what it is. So you're just looking at the match for the match. But when they do that title change, it makes that moment feel big, surprising. Plus, big babyface win. I love. Okay, so Braun Breaker, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Braun Breaker has a history in NXT of losing, learning, and becoming better. The dude is a Saiyan. He has to lose to get stronger. If he doesn't go through this task of losing, he ain't gonna get to his best strength. So he has to go through the rough of it to become the best of it. It's a build up.
That's a
I
good
got monster.
word.
Mhm.
Hey, but some people say he like AI. He learned that.
Yeah,
He like,
as he goes on, you gotta type it in, he figures it out. I dig it. But yeah,
that's
great
good.
win.
That's good.
Great match.
And people are hyped for Jey Uso. Everybody's celebrating, man. A lot of people
Yes.
saying how he deserves it and everything. And this is no slight to Braun Breaker because people
No.
thought he deserved it too, because he's on the up and coming. But this doesn't hurt him at all. It doesn't hurt him at all. He will continue to get better. I wouldn't be surprised if he get it back soon. And Jigs had to vote.
We'll see.
But do y'all think this title change on was a answer to like NFL beating them continuously beating them in the race? They want somebody else to get that wrestling to get that talk, or the Raw, not just wrestling, Raw, WWE Raw, to get that talk instead get that buzz going because of the NFL is going on right now.
Oh, dude. NFL's every year. You play, that's what happens. It's an every year thing. I think the title change was just an effect of storytelling. I don't know. The NFL, that's an every year event. They're gonna be there every Monday. You play to it, you play against it. It's better than when they used to lose out the dog shows and had to get re-aired or not aired at all, if you don't remember those days.
Oh, I definitely remember that. I was like, hold on, where my show at, bro? Where my show at? Hold on. I want to see this dog. Not this dog. I need to see Braun Breaker, that dog. I need to see that dog. I don't need
Why the dogs barking? I love that promo Brown Breaker. He was like, why the dogs barking? I love it. Oh, but go ahead.
But go ahead, Joe. What you think about it?
I think that's one of the contributing factors to this happening. Notice that the NFL is really pushing to take over because their audience is back growing. On this Monday night, they put on 2 games Monday. Normally it's 1. The NFL put on 2 games. Now one of them ended up being a blowout. But yeah, it's all competition, and I think doing the title change again creates that buzz, creates that feeling like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen anytime that it's on, so I gotta watch it every week. I gotta tune in. Even if people are just recording it, those numbers still count. So I believe full well that it might not have been 75%, but I'll give it a good 35 to 50% reason why they did it, because like one, it was time. And I noticed that when they said he had 6 matches, they never said he lost 6 times. They just said he was denied. So I said, oh, well, he's got to get it tonight because they really driving that point home. But still, you couldn't believe it until you actually saw it. And you know, WWE is all about creating moments. And quite frankly, if your favorite team ain't playing on Monday night, you might not be watching. So you probably will come over and watch wrestling. So I believe that it did have some effect on how the show ended because they know they're competing with the NFL. They, you know what I'm saying? They know this is the time that they got to step their game up. So I think it has something to do with it. But regardless, the end result made everybody happy. And I think this would be good. Like I said, I think this will lead to Braun turning babyface, and people are like, how you gonna turn the babyface off that? That's easy. You can have a heel taunt him about losing the belt to Jey Uso, and it's like it's not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It ain't.
There's a
yeah,
story there.
like let's not let's not make this hard. A heel taunts him about losing. His focus changes to that heel. You got babyface Braun, and all the dogs are barking in every city. And then he can come out with a shirt like Brock Lesnar. You remember Brock Lesnar had the Suplex City shirt with every city that they was in. And you can do the dogs are barking in St. Paul. The dogs are barking in Birmingham. Like
Anyway, well,
it's easy,
anyway.
man. You printing money.
Oh yeah. And I think was this just his second father, like father and son having the Intercontinental Championship? Because the one first was Curtis Axel and Mr. Perfect, and now we got Rikishi and Jey Uso. Well, I don't know if it was
Yeah.
anybody else beyond them, but
Nah,
Oh,
no. I'm thinking about it, but I don't think no.
yeah, I
so
don't think
I was
Bob
like, that's
Orton
amazing.
ever had it. So that's no.
No, Bob
Oh,
Orton never had it.
Okay.
okay, okay. I was like, right there. It's just the second father and
Yeah,
son to have those Intercontinental Championships.
Wait, did
right.
Bray Wyatt ever win it?
No,
Didn't okay, never mind. Because IRS, I think, had the Intercontinental title.
it, no, he didn't. He was a tag team champion with $1 Million Man for a long time.
Yeah, me and Money Corp. Didn't
Money
they have that
Inc.
singles run?
Money Inc.
I remember Money Inc.
No, not there. I think he was a television champion in WCW,
Yeah,
and I think he won the U.S. title over there.
yeah, he was Mr.
But
Wall Street.
he was, he was Wall Street, and he was Mike. He used his real name, and he was Wall Street in WCW.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
So,
he was Mike Rotunda first over there.
yeah. So I have another question about this. How long do y'all think Jay will hold it, and then will he think will make a play in the Bloodline storyline? I'm gonna go to you first, Jacoby.
It's a Survivor Series, or he'll lose it around Survivor Series time, or he'll like say for instance, and there's me fantasy booking, but y'all follow me here. We're gonna go on a journey.
Hey.
I think he'll hold it in almost into Survivor Series, but then once he realigns himself with Roman Reigns, somehow the new Bloodline will cost him the championship if they want to take it off of him. Because I wouldn't put nobody over on him clean right now.
No.
Like, no, the best way to make another popular heel is to have somebody beat Jey Uso, but do it dirty. You don't want a heel to win clean.
Mm-hmm.
Not against a babyface like that. That's that hot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Have somebody beat them dirty. That's instant heat, man. I'm talking about ramen noodles. You pop that thing in there, and it is ready. You know what I'm saying?
That smoke
So,
coming on. That's
yeah, that old Cinnabon heat.
How long do you hold it? I'll have to beat you. How long do you think Jay will hold the title?
Oh, it comes down to this question of who do you think is going to lose the title first, LA Knight or Jey Uso? And I don't
Jey Uso.
know. Oh, really, Jey Uso? I don't know. I don't know how long was Jey Uso.
I would hate to say that, but because I like Jey Uso way more.
I guess. And also, I think to myself, in the concepts of Jey Uso and what he's been through, he's on Raw to get away from the Bloodline situation at some point. Now he's got the Intercontinental title. He go back to Rome and be like, see, I got this, leaving you. Like, look what I become now. Make him claim as a tribal chief. Shit, who knows, right? I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
I gotta say it on that too.
right because I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't know when he's going to lose it. I hope he doesn't lose it again. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like the whole Tiffany Stratton situation. Hold on to that thing past the Rumble. Figure out after the Rumble, but at least that long. I would hate for it to be a short reign because you know it's going to feel like. I hate to make the comparison. It's going to be like a Sasha Banks ordeal. You win it on the TV show, you lose it at the pay per
Oh,
view. You win it at the TV show, you lose it on the pay per view. All right, main event
right.
Jey Uso, you just the main event of Raw. Like, okay.
Oh, that used to make me mad. Her and Charlotte Flair kept slipping back her victories. She couldn't get a good title defense.
Okay.
But yeah, what you were saying about Roman trying to get him back, Roman got but it's not his character. He might be some problem with Jey Uso and say, "Oh, you didn't need me." But right now I need you for the Survivor
yeah.
Series.
Right. Or he can send the wise man to go get him.
Yeah,
He got that's something he got to do himself. That's personal between them two because
it
he was torturing
is.
that man for years.
Right.
Well, I mean, but he made him main event Jey Uso though.
That's true.
Oh,
But this is face Roman Reigns, so he got to buck up and do what he got to do. And so
I hear
I'm
you.
proud of him.
Yeah, Roman's got to go
Because
on
they
an
had no
apology
reason.
still.
Huh?
Roman's got to go on an apology tour. But I mean, I can't just act like I don't know, man. So Roman does have to talk to Jay. Roman's got to talk to Jimmy, even though Jimmy was still kind of on his side. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting dynamic. I do want to see the interaction between Jay and Roman eventually, but before any of that happens, I got to see Jimmy. Just bring back Jimmy first, and then we'll bring in Jay.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be a key factor to getting shape. Jimmy has to come back. I mean, it's gonna be Paul Heyman or Jimmy coming back first, and Jimmy be like the little key to getting back Jay, but Roman still got to talk to Jay himself because that moment has to happen. Everybody is clamoring to see that moment of them two having a conversation one, and that embrace when he hopefully does decide to join back over Roman. These sports, series, if that plays out like
Oh, dude, when those two hug, that arena is going to explode.
that. Boy,
I'm
it's
telling you.
crazy how hugging out moments pop fans so much.
Just talking out moments of big moments in wrestling. You get a lot of people who try to beat each other to the death. But man, let me tell you something. You're gonna tell me you didn't feel something when Roman gave Sammy that shirt and called him a Uso? Man,
Oh,
that got to me.
we call him Sammy Uso, y'all. I
Right?
heard the whole lot. Like that's how big that moment was. How big that moment was. A lot of people love Sammy in the bloodline. Some of us with me, I know Sean said he don't like Sammy at all. He don't think Sammy should even be
Really?
in the bloodline. Or
Oh, that makes sense.
in some ways, I do feel like that because I feel like Sammy was getting a lot of shine. It's mostly about the family. Sammy was getting the shine. But, and a lot of people feel like she's the most high when Sammy was in it. So I feel a little bit because Roman and the Usos and the Samoan dynasty, that's most people have forgotten there and how they interact and every moment was like cinematic, like I said, and that how the COVID situation helped them because they didn't have no fans, and you could hear every word that they were saying. Every word was being heard and meant something. Even during the matches, during the promos, no interrupting the promos, and allowing those words to be spoken and allowing the story to be unfolded.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
so, that's how every one of the people I was built up. Many of the changes came from that. And there's those emotional problems with Jay, Sam, Jay and Roman, Jay and his brother, and even Jay and Solo. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like you can look back at all the moments, you still feel something from those promos, man. So, and for circle with this conversation, man, and make it to his own singles title finally, it's big, man. Everybody was happy to see it because they showed the crowd shots, like I was saying, and everybody was on their feet, ready to see that and ready to pop for that. And they did just that. Like I said,
It was a big moment, and it's a big crowd. You know, the thing we've been on the journey with Jey Uso for a very long time, and having that big win was a big moment. I tell you, I was excited. I'm not a huge Jey Uso fan, but I popped for that. I popped for
and that right there, you know, he was a fan. You felt that moment,
that.
and Jacoby, yeah, we did. I did see that after he was sitting on the bed, he got emotional.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like I said, tell the kids, you know, say friends, hard work pays off. I thank y'all for joining me on this journey. It was definitely a moment, man. And if he get that world championship, boy, that could be a WrestleMania, man. That could be built up Jason
Uh,
WrestleMania in Vegas.
yeah, I can see. Yeah, yeah. I let me just see the Intercontinental run. Hey, calm down.
Let me play that for him.
No yeet.
Oh, hold on. We ain't doing. I like to do that. I like to do so too. So I got to know you sometimes. That's Jimmy, my guy too. That's my guy too, for sure, for sure. But I also want to go to someone who could challenge Jey Uso possibly, and depending on how his story goes in the future, if it could be his singles career. Xavier Woods.
There he is.
I want to talk about him, man. He had a situation going with him and Kobe. And like I said, we was talking about the last episode, if it does go to a breakup, Xavier gets on his own because he gonna fight Rey Mysterio next. He done caught a fight with Rey Mysterio next week. I would like him to win that match because I could be a and that could be a road to him going for the Intercontinental title and facing Jey Uso.
That's true.
So yeah, and it was funny how Kofi was trying to, he brought the two. No, what is it? Tuba.
The trombone.
Yeah, the tuba, the trombone.
Huh?
The trombone.
Yeah, the trombone, and he had the bootios. He's trying to get that real bad.
Right.
And he had the unicorn horn and the pancakes. It's like, hold on, we don't need that. Roll call. What you saying? What you think about that maybe happening in the future? Tim, what's going on that road toward the championship?
Yeah, so it's definitely a bit of I guess a Napoleon syndrome. Xavier Woods having this whole issue of being the only person to never win a singles championship. That whole segment on Raw where he's like, "Oh, you ain't got time for me? Why? Because I ain't a world champion? Oh, he was a world champion. You got time for him?" Yeah, he's going to definitely go through something where I feel as if he's going to be pushing to try to get an Intercontinental title. I don't know if he's going to win it. I don't know. It could lead to him getting a bit dastardly and possibly doing a little heel turn. I still stand on the record that I don't see him necessarily portraying Kofi Kingston or turning heel on a New Day. Just, again, a separation. He may come out his mouth next week and be like, "Hey, man, sorry for what happened last week. I got this match with Ray, but I need you to understand something. I got to go down this road alone. I want to do this by myself. I needed something I got to prove to myself." And then begins the journey of Xavier Woods going solo. What happens to Kofi Kingston? That becomes the thing I kind of wonder about. Does he just, something he got to start doing something. So does he go on a singles career? Do they meet in the middle where they end up having a match, not based on them feuding, but based on circumstance, number one contendership, qualifier type match? It'd be an interesting road to see where Xavier goes. Yeah. I think he's going to probably turn heel, but not necessarily turn heel on Kofi. Just gradually getting more dastardly as time goes on when things don't go his way. Chad Gable type flip exchange, if you will. Does that make sense?
Actually, what you think about singles? Maybe.
BJ, that was an excellent synopsis on that. I would actually rather it go that way. Personally, I would rather it go that way than to do the typical turn on your partner deal. I like because it's almost like the breakup that Jensen and Briggs had in NXT. They didn't turn on each other. They just kind of just split up. It was like an
Yeah.
agreement. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. We talking about Woods going for the Intercontinental title, but it was the fact. The key to that promo was that he was saying that I ain't been a world champion. And I was like, oh, are we skipping? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know everything is strategically placed in those shows, and for him not to say, because Ray and Kofi have also been Intercontinental champion, Big E has also been Intercontinental champion, but that's not the championship they was talking about. It was specifically saying I ain't been the world champion yet, and so that's what I'm saying. You can hear them, but you got to really listen to them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, ooh, this is good. And then for Ray to put his beef, for Ray to say, oh, I'm gonna take this beef off the grill. It can wait. I'm gonna put yours on here. I wait on Finn Balor. I'm gonna come get you. And Kofi was like, man, what are you doing? And so BJ better, huh?
Want to go over to Sami Zayn, and it's
Oh.
he's spending now, but as he said in the backstage, I'm one step closer. We getting close to bad blood, so I mean, running out a little time if they gonna fight him. But hopefully, I think we can get this title from the on Raw. He beat Big Kai,
He
and
did.
that's going to side guy. So damn it, Sammy, he pushed it on. He don't have to take no for an answer. He try to take it for an answer. He gonna do what he got to do. Give it to him because I mean, what you want to like I say, you ducking. That's not hard to me. So I don't know why he would Sami Zayn of all people. If you feel like he don't deserve it,
Well,
but you ain't brought up nobody that does. So I know you ain't pretty no time. Trying to bring prestige or whatnot. So where you
well,
at?
well, that's kind of the thing I was saying about he hasn't given a reason, right? You got to figure what's the excuse or the reason, explanation, if you will, of why he won't fight Sammy. The only reason I could think of is because, granted, Sammy got the win at WrestleMania. However, it'd be like it's a fluke. I was champion for 600 plus days. Made a name for that belt, put some prestige on it. Here you come becoming champion, you lose it in 60 seconds. You're not even a qualified person to be challenging for a real title. You have done nothing to earn this title. You have no claim to stake except the fact that you won at Mania. Congratulations. Get in line and beat some people that matter, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like for Gunther to come out for a reason. I just want to hear a reason. Because, he's better than this. He usually don't run from a challenge. It is very interesting because him is, North America, UK champion, NXT UK. He wasn't ducking people. Not to my knowledge. It is a lot of character. I kind of wonder what's the reason. Rest of the year.
Okay. So BJ, excellent point about his character, but I can tell you why he's ducking him. It's easy. This is psychology. This is wrestling. This is wrestling 101. Why does he want to step in the ring with the last person that beat him? Because he knows. Yeah, he's the last guy to beat him, and pretty much the only guy to beat him on the main roster. So I don't want to get back in there with somebody that ended my historic reign, the longest one ever. He ended it. So psychologically, Sammy has the advantage over him because Gunther has everything else over Sammy. But the heart and the fact that, oh my God, this guy can beat me. Nobody else was able to touch me. And everybody was giving me their best shot for the better part of 2 years. I'm sorry.
Here's my thing with that. I get the idea. I get the idea what you're saying, but here's the thing. Oh, okay. I don't know. That seems a little over. Here's the deal. I don't think Sammy is in Gunther's head rent free because two things. Gunther lost to Sammy, and Gunther was like, you know what? Forget that crap. All right, he won. I don't care. I got bigger and better prizes on my eyes. And what did he do? He went on the tear, won the King of the Ring, and then the world title. That doesn't seem like someone who seems to be that preoccupied. I really do feel like it is a sense of arrogance from Gunther of, look, here's one thing. You are right. It is character development. Because one thing we never, ever got, at least not to my knowledge, is the arrogant Gunther. And this Gunther's arrogant. How arrogant? This man can't even hold a straight face before he drops the line he's about to drop. Like last week, he couldn't hold a straight face before he was about to say Goldberg. This last Monday, he couldn't hold a straight face before he's about to tell Sammy no, because he's having a whole fun. And I get that. I do think it is a whole thing where you feel like Sammy is not worth it. You got to win at Mania. Fluke. You know what is the most common fish in the sea? It's a fluke. You go out fishing for a fluke, you're bound to catch it. That's what Sammy did. He just caught a fluke. Anyone can catch a fish if you catch him. If you go fishing, whatever. That don't mean he's a great champion. Sammy's that. God dog it. Where is my cup of coffee? This man does not belong in the main event. He is not a main eventer. This is his moment that he is going to have. When this moment passes, it is going to be over. Sami Zayn cup of coffee in the big time.
That's the thing.
Oh, that's the thing. It happened so fast you can't even talk about it. I am. Hey, listen here. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. What? Listen, moving on.
Talk about a fool. We're going to talk about a fool named Dom Mysterio.
Oh,
Because Adam Pearce came to this man saying, hey, that was on a York, but he just said, Adam Pearce came in and told this man, you been interfering with the title match since about WrestleMania or whatever. And Dom had the nerve to pull the arm line, said, no, that was Tom. Because you know, people used to call him Tom and Nick.
exactly. Tom and Nick. I like that.
And, that just threw me. But him and Liam came up to the arena, up in the low ride. This man put an integral out of all facets of his character. He tore it all. Paying
It was
homage
great
to
work.
his call his real phone.
It is real. Oh,
Him and the low ride and everything. And him and Liv talking junk. Real coming out. And gave him some bad news. You know, Wade Barrett was out there too, but he wasn't giving the news. Saying that Dom is going to be in a shark cage during the women's title match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. And it's so funny that they actually doing it. Everybody they had put Dom on a pole match, but he didn't start me. So everybody get what they want with this. Do you think it's too gimmicky or it's just what the fans want? I'm going to go to you first.
oh, dude, listen, man. Dom is the king of gimmick matches. All right, that guy just put him in anything. Look, dude. I'm sorry. What was your question, though?
Do you think what do you think about the cage match?
Oh, the actual match.
Or is it just right for the fans? What the fans have been playing the cage and between the
Oh, listen. Well, the fans hate Dom, and he gets booed, right? So yeah, you definitely put him in the cage, hang him over the whole top of the cage. People have someone they can boo while they cheer and match. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Plus, we all know how it's going to go. I can't think of any person who's ever been put in the shark cage and didn't get out of it eventually and interfere in some site. So here's what I want to see. I want to see Dom kicking and screaming because look, man, this guy spent some time behind bars. All right, he ain't trying to go back behind those cell again. I want to see him go through it before they put him in there. Right? No locked doors. Can't put me in here. I want to see him go berserk. That's what I want to see. Right? What's that? I love you because that. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. All for it.
And like I said, Dom has come so far, and he's so entertaining. Like, you know, Ray got to be proud of this man. No matter what is going on screen, Ray proud of that man. He did. He should have came a long way from what he was, but when he teaming with his dad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's definitely come along.
Oh yeah. But speaking of that cage, we're gonna go to a bigger cage where Drew McIntyre in his final promo. I guess what his final promo against Punk. I think with this promo, I just think Drew tired of talking.
Oh
because
yeah.
he did something sweet, and he's ready to get his hands on it, ready to end this with CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, just when he was talking, man, he was like, okay, you know, I can go out here and say something to this man. I'm trying to talk, get my hands on, make him bleed a lot, like he was saying, and put the devil down. You know what I'm saying? Make him
Yeah.
down.
I mean, at some
So
point,
he's.
this thing has to come to an end. What's that?
I'll say, go ahead. How you feel about it?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a good promo. Yeah, I feel the same way you feel. He just wants to get this match over. Get, I don't know. Let's get straight to it. Who do y'all think is winning this match?
Oh, I want to say Punk. I'm gonna go with Punk.
You got Punk, I guess.
It's hard with the way Punk was talking, and because he's talking like I might hurt him and whatnot. I can't kill him. I ain't gonna promise that, but I'm gonna make him bleed. I'm gonna take it to him, and it's top of epidemic. But I still got energy to give to this. But he been talking like he's gonna win this match. That sound like me. But I still believe he can. But the way he talking, it seems like that's not what. What about you,
Ooh.
Jacoby? I feel the answer, man. Yes, sir. All right. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. But and speaking of CM Punk, we're gonna go over to NXT because he was over there laying down the law just like Seth Rollins did it for SummerSlam. He laid down the law on NXT.
Mm.
Telling Ethan Page and Trick Williams, I'm calling it right down the middle, man. I don't care who wins. He said he'd rather Trick win. I mean, he did say he wanted Trick to win.
He
He'd
did
rather
say
Trick
that.
win, but
Mm.
if he don't pull it out, he just don't pull it out. You know what I'm saying? And he telling Ethan Page, same thing, right down the middle. I know you. I appreciate you. I see you don't want to go there, but I'm yeah, you don't make Shawn Michaels do. And I'm agreeing with Shawn. I'm building. I'm right there in Chicago.
Mm. Yeah.
So
I don't appreciate that.
so CM Punk laid down the law saying it's his call on this. So Jacoby, how you feel about how you talk to your boy Trick Willie?
I don't know. I didn't like Punk telling Trick that he's sort of pulling for him to win. You know, you're a referee, man. You got to go in that whole thing. I get that you may have a personal favorite, but you got to keep it biased. Don't put it out there in the air like that. I don't know. I feel like that is a haunting statement. I don't know. Referee shouldn't say that. But I don't know, man. Okay, I guess I'm going to be the odd man out. Ethan Page's run has not been the best. I don't know if it's Ethan Page. He's not very engaging or entertaining. You do want to see Trick as a champion because he's a lot more. I like Trick a whole lot better. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Ethan Page walks away with his title reign or walks away with the win. I just won't be surprised. I'll say that. I don't. I like Ethan Page. I really do, and I think he's fine. I think Ethan Page. I don't know. He's always been a heel. He's kind of a likable guy. I think he's like an Austin Theory, where I think he can make a really good face, even though he
Mm.
wants to be heel. I think he could actually make a really good face. But I don't know, man. That statement Punk made while talking to Trick, seeming real friendly, but I don't know. Just I didn't like it, and I feel like it's just going to play negative, and somehow Trick is going to end up losing. So much. You don't tell the person who you want to win. I hear you. I just didn't like that. I didn't like that. Oh, no, no. It don't sit well with me. It just doesn't.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, man.
it don't sit. What is understood doesn't always need to be said. And I don't know. You know what my deal is? I'm a stickler for referees. My biggest, so everyone has a thing in wrestling that they don't like. My thing is referees. I hate how they can't control their matches. It is the most infuriating thing in the world for me. I be sitting at the screen. Tag matches are the worst for me because, of course, no one ever obeys the tag rule. But nonetheless, I feel like with Punk being a special guest referee and saying that stuff, I also maybe feel like he has ill intention. I don't know, just something about it didn't sit well. It's just, I get you, Punk. I get what you're doing. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying he's going to be a heel. It's just, I don't know. Something's gonna, because something's gonna happen, and he's gonna have Punk sitting there with his hands on top of his head, be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know," and like, "Oh, see, yeah, now you gotta call it down the middle, right? Now you gotta, what's that? See, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing
that's
too, right?
crazy.
Oh, Austin Theory, yeah. I did say that.
And him and Grayson Waller,
Oh, yeah, great transition.
they got the Frazier and Axiom. They got knocked the boys out. That dissension is still going through. I'm like, how we gonna figure this out? He gonna fix it. He gonna like you like real naive right now. Like, you believe everything that's been telling you.
Yeah,
So
but they're
I
a
feel like
team now, though.
Grayson
They're like
Waller.
a unit. So right?
I guess he could put his name on there. I guess something, but it's been going on for months and months, even before WrestleMania. I'm like, Austin Theory, wake up, bro. Everybody sees but you. But they have a shot at NXT Tag Team titles, and that's a great. It should be a great opening match. It should be an opening match. CW show and do that. But I was so mad that they got the win over my boy Devon Evans and Cedric. I was like, you had to fall for this. Freaking Orton. And he loses to like 8 times down. Like, yo, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Real quick, yeah, to that whole point. I don't. I like the idea of Randy possibly losing to Javon Evans. I had a thought of the 1-2-3 kid when he beat Razor Ramones. Like, you can kind of do that whole thing to some degree. And that could turn Randy heel. That ain't too bad a thing, right? That could be a whole thing. Because, Javon made a whole big deal about how Randy was his childhood hero growing up. Sometimes you get that slip up. Back to the whole flute story. Things can happen. Anything can happen in the ring. You can have a moment where the underdog comes through, or you can have a moment like Darby Allin where you get your teeth stomped in. But we'll see.
Woo,
We'll see.
boy, we getting to that, bro.
I know, right?
That is coming up, because that's a must talk about. But we going to get to that. But I want to get a few more things to NXT, because
Julia.
that thing with Mox was reckless. And somebody else was reckless, not with their actions, but with their mouth. Where's Lee? Yeah,
Well, hold on. Well, yeah, I
yeah,
guess he
Wiz.
was.
Talking back, talking F-bomb, saying whatever. Sean let it go. Sean said,
Whoa.
dude,
Hang
he's
on.
looking
Is
at
NXT going to Netflix? Because that seemed like a Netflix type promo, not a CW based promo. I'm confused about
yeah,
where stuff was going.
I need to watch CW more because I need to see what's going on.
Maybe they got programming I don't know about.
Right.
Right? They said, "Fuck it. Let's just go and boom all out. We haven't used one bleep yet. Let's just blow the census."
Boy, because they was dropping them, boy.
That was good.
Wesley talking bad stuff, even about Winston's fiance, Gigi Dolan. If y'all didn't know, Gigi Dolan and Winston, they doing what they doing. They about to
Uh-huh.
get married sooner.
All right, very
And
cool.
and Wesley know all the key. He know all the business. And he telling everybody. And he don't care what Winston think about it. Because he's talking, man. He went back down. Because Winston went to go look for that. And Wesley said, say less. I'm out there. Where you going? Where you been? I'm ready to fight. So it's street fight, ain't it? So they trying to put it in the back. They started early. So I'm ready for this match now. Like you said, so Wesley need to get this dub because stuff he talking like he know he's gonna win.
Oh, dude, these are fighting words. These words are just straight fighting at this point.
Oh
Try to be a
yeah,
blood feud.
oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Great friends, better enemies. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You feel me
Exactly.
like you feel about the other amount. No, not like that. Oh, hold on.
Uh,
Let me do that.
what happened? I'm confused.
I ain't gonna repeat it. Go girl. I'm not gonna repeat it.
Oh.
But yeah, I used to remember how Wesley was talking. I said, how you feel about how Wesley was talking?
I'm no good.
My bad.
Move out the mouth, yeah.
That part threw me, bro. I was rolling on that part. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of it. But
Yeah.
you go for Wesley. I'm going for Wesley, the longest reigning North American champion, to the current North American champion. Over Fibby held press conference and talk about, and then you asked a question about Tony D'Angelo. And he said, I feel like that's what to say. I see he broke it. I don't care who building the confidence in
Yeah.
this man. You could try to give him a Rocky speech. You give him a Martin Luther King speech. You give him a, I don't care. This man ain't ready for me. I'm the warrior, the ruler of NXT, and I don't know if he's the dog NXT no more. We're hitting him with the hot killer. So, you know what I'm saying? Over got mad confidence and the whole press conference about it. How you feel about it? Oh, oh
Seriously.
yeah.
Look at this right now.
Because they're supposed to be on Miz TV next week, I guess. So that's going to be a moment right there for the CW network. But how you feel about it, BJ?
I'll be interested to see what Rocky 3 dialogue they do on Miz TV next week.
Right?
But I don't know. It's so what is this? This is like a Tony D'Angelo redemption story. This whole crisis of confidence where he's gotta build himself up. Is he gonna be is he gonna win? Because they're also making a deal about Oma being the longest reigning NXT champion. Is Tony D'Angelo gonna win this championship? If this is a crisis of confidence story being built?
Well, yeah. Well, like we was talking about last episode, it's going to take some time for it to be built because, you know, he's doing the Rocky workout montage. I'm pretty sure they're going to pull out.
But I mean, even still, it'll be the next match, right? The next time they meet will be the title match, whenever that is, I guess.
Oh, if he built himself up, yeah.
Oh,
I don't see how many days until he break the record.
oh, I can find that out for you. Well, give me a
Yeah, find
second.
that out right quick because that's what I need to know. Because that's what I'm sure. Hopefully, to get his dad out the way. Professor of wrestling with Nietzsche. Okay.
Mike Tenay, I used to love Mike Tenay. I was very indifferent with Mike Tenay. I liked Mike Tenay, and at times I didn't. I love the intelligence that he brought to wrestling. I just hated when he actually had to do the commentary. I didn't like this commentary.
Easy, just like that. The way he talk, dog, the confidence he talk with, it's spectacular, man. And the way he, how good he is in the ring, and the whole character, right? It's there. I think he ready. But I guess I do want to get into
I gotta say his name better. Hold on for me.
from that time, I'm going to the women's title. That's gonna be, and we got a special guest, special debut. What might want to spin? Just made an appearance during the Julia and Roxanne. So
Oh,
standoff press conference. They go to press conference. I thought it was a standoff or let's talk about this for a second. And Roxanne was talking to man just like all the way here to beat me, try to beat me. It's gonna be my time. So I mean, all your titles that you say you won, all this and that, it don't compare to what I got. And so you had to come to me, and I got the main title. I got what's what everybody's doing. Nobody's beat me for thus far. And so Roxanne got a utmost confidence, but playing it cool all the way and saying, "Oh, just count your days, because next week I'm taking it from you, bro." Well, sis,
mm, interesting.
I don't care.
Real
But
quick, to the point.
about and it's definitely cool.
Hang on, I just want to say real quick to this whole notion of, you had to come here for my title. Maybe it's a bold statement. Maybe it isn't. NXT women's division is the best women's division in all of wrestling. It's the only division where every woman feels like they matter. It's the only division that truly displays their women in a high enough regard to just about any guy on the roster. I listen, I'm not saying talent for talent. I'm saying for how they treat and how they're booked and how they're ran. Yeah, you know what? Fine. NXT Women's Championship. Yeah, cream of the crop. Best of the best. You want to be the best women in this industry? Come to NXT and beat these people. I like that statement. I'll back that statement.
I mean, it was like that for a good long time, especially with all the talent that has won it and went up to the main roster and did their thing up there too. So NXT women's roster has always been legit. I'll give you that.
So
But
yeah,
it's just
mhm.
the people on the women on the main roster are top notch. And the top, the ones that are on top. The whole roster though, if you want to compare both rosters side by side, the full roster, yes, NXT might have the better full roster, but the top stars on the main head and shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying like I'm not trying to go roster for roster, but just in the concepts of presentation, how the just all of that in itself, NXT, I feel as if does the best job for the women's division in any promotion of wrestling, just in general.
So we feel
Maybe
like
to you,
that.
man. Maybe to you, man. The knockouts division, I can't argue with.
Stephanie
Cure.
McCool.
So she just so yeah, so like with these women
So
just start coming in and start getting title matches, like I don't know, just I get they have a name, but I mean at some point, what's it? I don't know, because it does go to the point that every other woman who's on the NXT roster has been ran through. So it's like, well, see, you don't want your new people to come in and start losing like that because then it's like, well, I don't know, what do I know? I don't watch NXT enough to make these judgment calls.
yeah,
Jada
but the
Carter,
shot they had, the
Mhm.
shot they had on the like, it's on social media one night. Julia on one side, Roxanne on the other, and Stephanie McCool sitting right in the middle. So that right there, that could be a lot of match we're building up to.
I get you, I get you.
Yeah. But speaking of building up the matches, that build up to uh, John Moxley and Brian Anderson gonna be it's already been fire. They need their bag on that one. No pun intended. I'm gonna put it on there. They'll put it. They in their bag on that John Moxley and Brian Anderson build up. Boy, John Moxley willing to win it. The match between him and Darby Allin, Grand Dynamite Grand Slam. Boy, he was mauling Darby. Darby kept fighting back, but Darby did something he never should have put John Moxley's arm in the.
Their little thing, yeah,
I
that
was
was
like,
different. Yeah,
yo,
that's a little
I've
different.
never seen it. Maybe it happened before, but I've never seen that.
I haven't either.
But yeah, but
Real quick, real quick to that point. I was well, real quick to that point. When he stuck his arm in there, was I the only one who thought, man, explosion Kane, like flame was gonna come through there or something? Like, was that the intention? I don't know. That's my first thought
oh
when I
Lord,
first
they
saw him do
God,
it. Trying to get his man. Kane.
they been going and drinking. You think there's ECW? They going in ECW right
Well,
now. ECW, GCW.
Darby has set persons on fire before now. He set Jack Perry on fire. That's his thing. He likes to do that stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry.
But it was very insane, and the way John Moxley reversed that, like he was trying to do at the end, that finish, like he was trying to loop to just nothing for me. That reversal and to the death ride, that was perfect. That was perfect. What do you think about it?
Yeah, John Moxley versus Darby back in like 2022. It was the exact same finish, either the Death Rider to Darby.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they did. Well, they said it was the Death Rider.
Yeah, definitely. I think match of the night for me
Really?
for for the first night of Grand Slam.
Wow. Okay.
And Brian Danielson came out there ready to get his hands on Moxley, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. They did a callback with him choking Moxley with the tie. Yeah, they did it both the tie. Yeah, they did a callback to that. Very, very cool.
yeah. I was like, now this is gonna bring me to my next point. I was like, is this MVP child that he just brought out that came out there with?
Could be. But hold on.
That on.
Before we get to that, though, I want to talk about this whole thing. So, first of well, I just want to say match of the night to me was Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness. because I love technical wrestling. You talk about Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko is one of my all-time favorites. That's why when you said he had a great match with Scotty 2 Hotty, it doesn't surprise me he had a great match with Scotty 2 Hotty. It just surprises me that Scotty 2 Hotty has a great match. That in itself is a funny statement. Or a good match, at least. Let's say that. But anyway, the only issue, okay, here's my thing with how this whole ordeal played out. Number one, I'm not a huge fan of watching Darby Allin get the teeth knocked out of him. I'm just not a fan of that. It's like Mick Foley. I can't get behind those wrestlers. But this to me makes Darby Allin. I know you don't like Foley. I know. Yeah, I said the magic word. He hates Foley.
Talk on the Champions Corner. Thank you.
I can't get behind that. I just can't. Oh, that came out so nice. But anyway, this whole thing to me made Darby look like an idiot. Hold on a second. The reason why Darby didn't get his match is because the question was whether or not Bryan Danielson could wrestle. Well, instead of waiting to figure out or getting any type of doctor's clearance, Darby gets challenged by Moxley. He's like, oh, okay, well, you want it? You got to earn it. No, Darby, you earned it. Moxley ain't got to do nothing. Tell Moxley to kick rocks. It ain't his shot to earn. It's your shot to keep. But no, Darby's an idiot. He takes the challenge or the bait, if you will, and then he ends up losing a match he didn't need to be in, especially when the champion was readily available to wrestle. Oh my God. I get why people love Darby Allin. I really do. He's the underdog. He keeps getting up. He's a fight hard. But man, he's an idiot. He's the dumbest person in wrestling. I always thought it was Sting. Sting passed that on to Darby Allin. The idiocy continues in the history of wrestling. It will never be done. Sting is an idiot. How you team up with Ric Flair multiple times? You're going to get backstabbed, Sting. How have you not learned this? Oh, he was friends with Luger. Luger turned his back on Sting the moment he thought he joined the NWO. And what does Sting do? Join back up on Luger to get betrayed by Luger. Sting's an idiot. I don't want to get into it. I'm just ranting now.
Love it. I love it. Oh,
He's an idiot. I can't get behind stupid people in wrestling. I just can't. I can't support you if you can't think for yourself correctly. You're an idiot. Oh my goodness. I hear
I was
you.
trying to tell you.
I hear you. Yeah, he's an idiot. Yeah, right. I get surprised. But now he lost the TNT title shot, and he lost the world title shot in a span of what, less than a month or two? Jesus, Darby. Then you're supposed to climb Mount Everest, but you got hit by a bus. Jesus, Darby.
What is it?
Well, yeah, I hope so. You know what? I hope it ends up with a lesson of him becoming wiser, because he ain't apparently getting stronger. Because the guy still looks like a beanpole. So I hope something benefits for him. I really do. Not my guy. He's not my guy. He's
Right.
a strong 200 pounds soaking wet with bricks in his pocket. That guy would be lucky. Yeah, he's like Moxley, for Christ's sake. I'm sorry.
I mean, a lot of people like Darby Allin. Some people will call him the MVP of AEW.
Wow.
But not anymore because MVP is actually here.
The MVP. Love it.
MVP coming out. They had Prince Nana talking to Tony Schiavone, giving an update on where it's the most dangerous man in AEW. But it was rudely interrupted by Montez. And he's trying to recruit. And first person he talking about, he won't swerve. Won't swerve to be taken serious. It won't be all this shucking and jive and all this swerve when I try.
I love you said that. Actually.
And he want to talk business. Make sure he infatuated that word.
Yeah, just business. Just talk, just business. That's all. Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Just business.
I thought he was gonna bring out old Big Bobby out there. I thought he was gonna do that, but maybe they saved it. We got Russell Street coming out real soon. So hey, that could probably be the moment if he is coming here. I know he's not alone. He's talking about the business. So I know he's alone, so but it was a very intriguing talk. Huh?
Wasn't that Will Ospreay, right? You know when he officially said he signed? Is that Will Ospreay? I don't remember. Who did? You gotta tell me, guys. Who? Okada? No. Oh, Edge. Oh, Edge. Yeah, he did debut at Wrestle Dream. That is right. Yeah. Well, I'm
Oh
sorry.
wow.
Oh, slave
Yeah,
name.
no,
I'm
no, no,
sorry.
you
Adam
all right.
Copeland. Adam Copeland. I'm not going to say a slave name. Adam Copeland.
No,
Edgy Adam Copeland.
no, yeah, it's like anything. Yeah, dang. I mean, I think you guys treated well over there. I can't compare it to the
Adam Copeland.
He's got he got all the accolades in the world. Don't do that. But anyway, but you're right. But it's tough. Like, he admitted his debut. Wow. After
That's a
you can't compare it. I'm sure you got a big house with him and Bill. You got a big house. So, but yeah, Russell Dream coming up soon. Right there, Bobby can show up, and boy, they go do some work. I like to see how get it over here
Mark Husband.
because with that, it would have been the big subject for a long time. With how our brothers, our African American brothers, they do great in NXT, but it hasn't been at the top of their game on the WWE main roster. AEW in its first beginning, first years, everybody thought them about having a black world champion. And then finally this year swerved and he had a great reign. So let's continue that trend. And Bobby comes over here and does damage. Yes, Bobby did have them two championship reigns, but
You feel like he's left something on the table. You feel like it could have been more.
yeah,
It could have been more.
he could have done a lot more. He could have done a lot more. And so if he comes over here and does the damage we think we know he can do, he'll be great for AEW. He'll be a great look for AEW.
Well, I gotta say, you know what? Okay, well, call me the pessimist. I'm not trying to be, but AEW doesn't have a great history of booking big men. This is my biggest concern with Bobby Lashley going to AEW. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of this change in their style of storytelling and booking. That shouldn't be a concern, but I mean, still, I have to go with the history. Big men, and here's the thing: big men in AEW get booked like cruiserweights did in WCW. They're more so treated like a sort of a sideshow act as opposed to a real opposing threat. You got this meat madness they wanted to do. You can't really think of any big quote unquote heavyweight that's been a champion of theirs outside of a TNT run. Hobbs, Samoa Joe was a world champion, I give you that. But even then, that felt sort of circumstantial because Adam Cole got hurt and they couldn't finish the Devil storyline. Although Samoa Joe deserves the world title. He got robbed in
Oh, for
WWE.
sure.
But
Oh, definitely for sure.
I look forward to Bobby showing up. I look forward to the Hurt Syndicate, whether that's Shelton Benjamin along with him as well. I am curious to see if they decide to go into a feud with Bobby and Swerve. Do you play a game where Swerve is coming off his injury, right? Because he's hurt. He had that whole match with Hangman. And he takes a match with Bobby to try to, protect his honor, be like, I'm not leaving Prince Nana. And it turns into like a massacre where Bobby just destroys Swerve because he ain't 100% anyway. And just have Bobby become like the Brock Lesnar of this whole company. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Swerve does join. I'd be intrigued to see where it goes from here. Because I love Bobby. Who doesn't love Bobby? We love Bobby. There you go, right? So yeah, I love it. He should have been the Brock Lesnar when there was no Brock Lesnar in WWE. Like they should have just did that with Bobby Lashley. But what do I know? He's gone now.
Yeah, MVP said that himself. MVP said that too. Like Brock ain't there. We still got Bobby.
Yeah, you still got Bobby. Say what you will,
But
Bobby got to win on Brock Lesnar. Like he got to win. It's a W. That was a good. It was a good segment.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take that card. I would threw that thing down. I'm trying to take my job. Why taking a hold your card?
It was weird. He was. I was expecting him to rip the card. I thought he was going to rip it. I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, no, listen. No, hold on. As a manager, I'm not giving my client someone else's card. I'm not even letting him know that happened. Hopefully, he didn't even watch Dynamite. Just
Oh,
don't
you
even
gonna
know
watch that?
don't even
Watch
pay
that.
attention to this happen. Hey, listen. Don't be by anyone named Martel. Yeah, but listen. It ain't like MVP didn't make strong points. He made some pretty valid points. He's like, how is it that this man burned down this guy's childhood home that you helped him with, and now all of a sudden he's walking around happy. You still out here shucking and jiving. He made some valid points. I ain't trying to battle those points. I'm like, Swerve, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. I'm your dude. Don't worry about this jerk off. No, he made some valid points. Yeah, if they can stick with it. Yeah, they can stick with it. Yeah,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
definitely.
I'm ready to see. It's gonna be a moment. Like I said, either way it goes, it's gonna be a moment. Showing it up, it's gonna be something to see. So I'm but we also we also have with the show a retirement. We had a debut of MVP. We also had a retirement. A retirement of the FTW Championship.
Oh, dog, gone time. It should have been retired into a trash can because that has no place in the history of wrestling. It is just a toy. It's a toy that Taz came up with because he just got pissy about another company. Yeah, retire that belt. Throw it away.
Well, it was a great moment, man. Don't do it like that.
No. Hold on. Stop. Hold on, real quick. Here's the deal. You want to talk about a great moment? This would have been a great moment if they retired the belt after he beat Jericho. Because Jericho tried to tarnish that name by changing the name, making it mean something. But no. They just beat Jericho and move on. They didn't know what to do with it. But it's good they retired it in New York where it started. It's good they retired it and gave it to Taz. Taz felt like Taz looked like he was about to cry. I'm pretty sure it was a very touching moment. I bet Ted DiBiase would have the same touching moment if they retired his $1 million title, which is also another belt that doesn't matter in wrestling because it's not a real belt. It's a belt. It's not a title. You see what this right here is? This is a title. This is a world title. Belts are used to hold your pants up. That's all the FTW is good for.
Oh man.
Yeah, okay. I'm
I
done.
basketball part and with all the flips and the tap outs and everything.
I hear you.
And like look at it, touch his speech and retired the title. They gave
The
to his
belt.
dad
He retired the belt.
and Taz's face. This is great. This is a physical. And so we like talking about we're going back and forth, but y'all go back and forth about that last episode. We got to see where Hook goes to next. How do you feel about the moment and what do you think Hook goes to?
Boy, listen. Look, I respect the moment. The moment is a beautiful moment. I give you that. It's a beautiful moment. But look, here's the deal. Great moment. Happy for Hook. What's next for line? Look, here's one thing I will say. We did talk about this, and it made this change. Tony Khan listens to Champions Corner. How about you hit the like button, Tony Khan? How about you subscribe and make a comment? That's how I
Hey,
feel. Because he's listening,
not just here, all y'all hit that like button, subscribe.
right? Just
Put some love to your boy.
great. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad they did this. As I stated before, it was a good run for what it was worth. For what it was worth, and it's time for Hook to move on. I would love, like I said, I would love for him to see a revisit to a Jack Perry feud again. I don't know. You know what? I don't know what Hook does. Let him. I don't know. Go on Collision, fight Hologram. Just find your place.
Oh man,
Oh, spoiler alert.
listening to us. They listening because that could definitely that happens, but somebody hearing it.
Right.
Somebody hearing it.
So I'll leave it like that. But yeah, congratulations to everyone involved. Big night. Um, it was a big night. Like I said, Taz looked tough, and anytime Taz starts crying, oh man, something's wrong or something's really good. Because I don't know, that guy's tough as nails. So that was a big moment.
And well, you talk about congratulations. Give congratulations to Mariah for successfully defending
Yo Yo Hakusho.
even though in one instance of this match, it looked like she got pinned.
Oh
I think
well,
the because I think they booed after that moment. But they worked through it. She Storm Zero like 10 shots at Tony Storm and got the victory. And then Willow Knight came out because she was like hit him Hugo with the belt. Then Willow came out, saved that moment, but she got hit herself. And then Mina came out confused about what's going on. But
Yeah,
Mariah May said, "Oh, what happened? She's here," and going off and celebrating with her. Wow, he was just too confused. But
yeah, no,
they had a better.
that segment just kind of ended abruptly in a way because it was like they were all on the stage and they just cut to a commercial. It's just, I don't know, a lot was happening around that final moment. It was just a lot. I guess it was
It
running over
was.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, fine match. Mariah May won.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
How do you feel about Mariah May, Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, how she won that?
Yeah, right. Willow, I tell you, I'm a big fan of Willow.
Right? Yeah. We've been talking. We've been hearing from Willow on the show.
Right, love it.
Okay. Okay.
Very cool. Willow season love Willow Nightingale. She's infectious. Willow Nightingale is going to be a license to print money whenever she hits that big time. Dude, she's
Oh yeah.
infectious. How do you not like Willow Nightingale? So good.
I know everybody on here do it, but also everybody loves
Right? Not bad. I
everybody
love
else is trying to risk it all. Not McGinnis, bro. Because he finally got his match. He didn't win, but if they put on his match, he would know what part of so he should know Brian Dempsey. Oh, wicked is weed.
Oh, I
He's
love
gonna try to do one thing with this silver. Right. That was the only part of the match that made me mad. But everything else, like, wonderful, and Brian Dempsey. It was cool. And give him my y'all keep watching that.
it.
I couldn't take it.
I hear you. I'm not gonna say anything bad about a technical masterpiece.
What?
When he was doing the anvil hits, it was a weak looking. It was weak. I'll give you that. It was weak, and I get where you're coming from. Look, I'm never gonna take anything from a technical masterpiece. I'm not saying this was a technical masterpiece, but it was still a really good technical match. I love these type of matches. I had no problem with it. I get it, but I'm fine with it. I like how it went. I like how it played out. I like that he went. I like that Nigel went after Brian Daniels' arm that was broken in the Okada match, but at the same time, it's like the arm is healed. Which, just real quick, that Okada match is one of the reasons why I say Brian Daniels is the best wrestler in the world. He beat Okada with a broken arm by making Okada tap out. The only other man to make that man tap out was Shinsuke. Brian Daniels is the best wrestler in the world until I improve, until something changes. I know what Will Ospreay beat Brian Danielson. I'm still not sold on Ospreay as being the best in the world. The guy he's a fireworks display, but so is Ricochet. So are the Young Bucks. I see fireworks all over the place. I want to see a masterpiece. That's why I turned into Brian Danielson. I know that went off topic, but I just wanted to get that out.
Oh, it's all good. We're gonna have a conversation soon on the show. We're gonna have that conversation for real. But what you think about the Brian Danielson and
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Real quick to that point, Tony Schiavone sort of undersold one thing. He said these guys had like 10 run-ins. They've at least met over 14, maybe 15 times at Ring of Honor. They've had quite a few run-ins. It is a deep feud. But yeah.
it is? I hope Nigel got his validation and whatever he was looking for. All those times he was talking,
Yeah, whatever he's looking for, right?
I don't know if it's like that.
Broken arm.
And
Oh, it was for
a lot of
me.
people,
It was for me. Because listen, I know you want to go with the Bucks and all that. I guess we'll talk about that last. But for me, this was the match of the night, considering what the other matches were. I'll leave it like that. That seems like a backhanded statement.
okay. Well,
Go ahead.
actually,
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm gonna go with Mox and Darby because I
Oh,
like how that match went. But a lot of people might like that. Yeah, a lot of people like the tag title match with the Book defending the title against Osprey and what's his name?
with Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, yeah, Kyle Fletcher.
Essentially, it was Aussie Open. They were defending it against Aussie
Yeah,
Open.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know why they
Yeah,
just don't call them Aussie
yeah.
Open. I know it's not the
Right.
initial tag team, but they were still that faction at least. So it's like, United Empire. That's right, United Empire.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a big spot fest for me. I enjoy
I don't want to do that.
every because That's just what the hot
Oh,
buttons
look at that.
play out their matches. And I a lot of times, it's not
Look
for
at that.
everyone, but I like the style of Osprey on the show. And I'm trying to get Al Fletcher to, the screwdriver, but
Yeah, that whole
Osprey
thing.
stopped him.
Yeah,
And
that.
he said he ain't win like that. And so I'm trying to see what in this, and is he gonna get away with the podcast? How y'all think it's gonna play out? Yeah. Every moment is match, it's like you gotta hold your breath on because they compete with the movement. They go in like like all people don't like the no sellers and stuff like that, but they go back and forth. But it's exciting, man. It's exciting. It's a very exciting time.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So yeah.
Listen, look, I am not a fan of the Young Bucks. Their matches are very formulaic. I just listen. It was a nice. It's like a Michael Bay movie, right? Things are exploding, cars are flipping, all bright lights on the screen. Is there anything meaningful happening? Who knows? Because everyone's kicking out of everything. It's a kick out fest. The instant recovery is set to 1,000 with these people. They just keep getting up. It feels like. So I don't know. It was a good match. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was a good match. The backhanded compliment.
Oh yeah. I mean, man, if anything, he's gonna give me some great matches. It was a grand slam, man. On this dynamite, I enjoyed it, but we got it's gonna continue next week, and we gonna be here to talk about it. We got more shows coming up every time. SmackDown tomorrow will be fine, I'm sure. We got Wrestle Dream coming up soon. We got the Vince documentary to talk about. So,
I've yet to see it, but
so
I'm gonna check it out.
yeah, I think I put my eyes on it fully.
Oh, I gotta look at it. Oh wow.
I got to catch up a little bit, but next show we're gonna talk something about it. I can see all of them. We'll talk something about it next show. We'll talk about SmackDown like this, and Wrestle Dream coming up. But so I'd like you all to join us next time. We're gonna end it right. Thank you to my brother Jacoby, Mr. The Alabama 256 man himself. Appreciate you. The professor, arrested Mr. DJ. Always love, man. Thank you for all your opinions, all the facts. That facts you talking about. That was great. And I appreciate you. Continue to put out stuff
Yep.
like that. Now, people in like that. Bring the people in. But we love stuff like that. We love it, man. Love all y'all. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Champion School now. Peace.
Have a good night.